Hello. Welcome to Motivational Gems. My name is Sarah. In this channel, we talk about mindset, personal finance, and entrepreneurship. Today, I'm going to be talking about 10 habits that make people poor. This is part 2. The previous video is linked below in the description box. Money habit number 6, not having an emergency fund. Most financial advisors suggest that we should have 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in a regular savings account. The money should be liquid and it should be accessible. The purpose of having an emergency fund is to be able to handle these surprise expenses that life throws our way. For example, car repairs, job loss, medical or dental expenses, home repairs, emergency travels. You might already have an investment portfolio or real estate, but in the event of an emergency, you want to be able to access your money quickly without any penalties, not have to rely on a credit card, and avoid making bad financial decisions. Having an emergency fund allows us to deal with our problems without having to go and spend on a whim. It is a very practical way of handling our finances. Money habit number 7, failing to invest in your future. You are your best investment. Self-investment means getting out of your comfort zone, upgrading yourself, pushing beyond your limits, and discovering your hidden potentials. A few very practical and rewarding investments are education, travel, fitness, learning new skills, reading, learning a new language, and even learning a new instrument. Keep in mind that a lot of these skills can be acquired online if you want to. Also, learn to invest in your future. Invest your money wisely. Inflation is a reality. We can all look back and say things like, oh, I remember when a box of cereal used to cost X amount of money. Somebody else might say, I remember when I used to be able to take the entire family to the movies for X amount. Well, failing to invest in your future is naive because our money loses value every single year due to inflation. And in times of recession, it's even worse because a lot of people lose their jobs, making it much more difficult. I'm not trying to be negative, but it's a reality and we have to be prepared. In times like these, it's best to hold on to our money by not overspending, have an emergency fund in place, and investing in companies that are very stable as their stock prices continue to go down. You might also want to consider investing in your favorite ETFs and in bonds. I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research when it comes to this topic. Money mistake number 8, paying bills late. In today's society, this is a very common mistake. People are stressed out, they're very busy, and they're distracted, so it's easy to become forgetful. Also, major depressive disorder affects more than 16.1 million Americans in any given year. When people are depressed, they don't want to be bothered with the daily mail. And the truth is, these bills start piling up in some corner due to procrastination. But we need to be very mindful when it comes to our bills and our due dates because those reactivation fees are very expensive once utilities get disconnected. Plus, it's stressful to deal with that. According to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, credit card issuers charge the American public $12 billion in late fees in 2020. I find that very, very disturbing because it means that these companies are relying on late payments as part of their revenue. It's important to know that. Most banks have an app and they also have their website where we can log in, set up our monthly payments in a timely manner, and then once that's done, all we have to do is just sit back and monitor our account. Every now and then we check the balance. We want to make sure that things are running smooth. So let's use these tools. They're very convenient and they're there to help us. Some reasons for us to pay our bills on time is to avoid late fees, to avoid credit score damage, prevent evictions, wage garnishments, and linens. Also, having a good credit score can lead us to better prices on car loans, interest rates, mortgage interest rates, and car insurance. In some cases, I've heard that in some cases, a good credit score can lead us to a better job in the financial sector because the prospective employers have access to a modified version of our credit score. Now, I've heard this, I've never experienced this. If you have had a job interview with a bank or any financial company, have they actually told you that they're going to run your credit score, or is that a given? I want to know. So please leave a comment in the section below. If you're enjoying my content, please give me a hands up or subscribe. Also, stay tuned for money habit number 10, which is really going to shock you. Habit number 9, not creating or following a budget. We all have been guilty of this one, but if billionaires have budgets, so should we. A budget allows you to create a spending plan for your money, and that way you know how much money you have available for things that are important to you. Having a budget also allows you to stay out of debt or helps you on your way out of debt. Having a budget allows you to know how much money you can save for things that are important to you, like having an emergency fund, vacation, buying a new house, home renovations, or retirement. Budgets should be ongoing. It's not a one-time thing that you stop. You're always working on your budget. Budgets should be flexible because every month is different and you will be making adjustments. And most of all, budgets should be clear and easy to use. Your budget should not be a 12-page spreadsheet. Keep it simple. Money habit number 10, gambling. Back in the day when I was still single, I worked in a casino as a blackjack and baccarat dealer. This was in Puerto Rico. The casino used to open at 12 at noon, and people would already be lined up waiting for the place to open, and it closed at 4 a.m. on weekends. I believe that it was 2 a.m. on weekdays. And it was crazy. Some people who were retired would be there for hours. I mean, the whole day. And casinos know that a lot of people are lonely, they're bored, and they need entertainment. So they cater towards those people. They send them VIP cards. If you disappear on them and they know that you like to gamble, they'll send you complimentary dinners, drinks, buffet, shows. At least that's how it was back in those days. And in some cases, people who are heavy gamblers, they'll pay for your hotel. They'll go pick you up at the airport and all of that. So some people are wealthy and they can do whatever they want with their money. Anybody can do whatever they want with their money. But I was always concerned for those older people who lived off their Social Security, and in a matter of 2 weeks, they would blow all their earnings. And you could see the difference in their face, you know, the sadness and the isolation and their worries. You could see it, you know, the first day of the month, they were all excited, first 3 days. And after a week, you could see the depression. And they tended to play a lot in the slot machines. So for several years, I thought a lot about it. And honestly, if I go to a cruise, when I go to a cruise, I never go to the casino. That ding, 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 ding gives me flashbacks. And me personally, I rather buy something tangible, a sofa, a car, or anything that I can keep using or wearing instead of just flushing the money down. It's like flushing the money down the toilet. And yes, every now and then you do win, but that's very sporadically. And because you can't win in the casinos, you know, in the long run, you don't. And everybody knows that. So I recently found out that last year, over $57.22 billion were spent in gambling in the United States. And I feel that that's alarming. But to each their own, right? That's what we could say. But in a country where people sometimes don't have anything to eat and where people are overwhelmed in debt, that's something to consider. And I don't want to fall in those steps. I don't want my children to do that. So my purpose here with this video and with my channel is to create awareness, to invite people to research. Don't believe what I'm saying. Go look it up yourself. And we all want peace of mind. We want to learn new things, at least I do. And that's my plan for this channel. I want to share information with you. I want to share tips on how to make more money so that we can eliminate debt together and learn together. So if there's somebody in your family, somebody really close to you that you care about, you might want to share this phone number that I'm going to leave in the bottom of this video and a link, because there are people out there who need help with their gambling problems, or maybe their eating problems, or maybe it's drinking, because people cope in different ways. Some people is shopping. So I want to just share information. And if I can help just one person, that'll make me happy. But the information is out there. It's up to us to try to find help for ourselves and help for our loved ones. So thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so.